show on today. So those who are here, please wait. Um, please stay connected. We will be back in just a matter of a few minutes with the guest for today, Miss Janice. So bear with me if you will. There she is. Miss Janice. Now, we was just praying before we started this show against the devil. And this has never happened before. And I know I might look different on the screen, but everything decided to shut down. So things like this, and it happened right
Yeah.
when I said I know she's got a story to tell. This gets me excited, and I'm being honest because now I'm like, Lord, somebody's about to get straight up delivered, set free. Something's about to go down that is phenomenal, only because that just happened. Do you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes. Yes.
So thank you, those who stayed. I see a couple of messages there. I'm glad you were able to get back in. I was going back and forth trying to get you in, but we're gonna keep it going. Matter of fact, we're gonna how about we do this, Miss Janice? We're gonna start it all over from the top in a few minutes. One second. Y'all, I
Okay.
know we're still live, but what's going on right now is a declaration, and we're about to trick the devil and the enemy. And we're gonna start from the beginning and keep on going because she tried to stop it in the beginning, but we're gonna start it all over.
Yes.
One moment
Okay.
in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
And we are back. And welcome to Girl, Embrace It. I am your host, Shalimar Johnson, and I'm more excited now than I was 5 or 6 minutes ago to introduce to you all the guest that I have for us today, Miss Janice Vance. Now we're going to try this again. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm great, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, let's get started. I know that there are quite a few things that you can talk about. There are quite a few things that I want you to talk about, but we're going to focus on those things that we need to focus on first and let the Lord lead us from there. Um, there is a, well, happy belated birthday. Let's
Thank
go
you.
back a little bit. So she had a birthday yesterday. Am I right?
Correct.
Yesterday. If you want to let everyone know your age, that is solely up to you. I'm not going to do it. But in addition to her celebrating her birth, there was, I want to call it a delivery that took place on yesterday. Talk to us about what else happened that you celebrated yesterday.
On yesterday, I celebrated my first book where you're able to purchase it. That was my goal for my birthday, that I would launch my book, and it happened on yesterday. And I was getting orders all last night.
Oh my goodness. What is the title of the book?
The title of the book is Women Majoring in Marriage.
Oh my. Okay. So major, immediately I think of college. And my major is my focus. It's the thing that I want to learn the most about. It's the thing that I want to perfect so that I can earn a living, so that I could do what I desire to do and do it successfully with knowledge. Then there are minors that you have in college, which is kind of like an addition to your major, but it is not the primary focus. That's my interpretation of it. But where did the title come from? What's up with the majoring piece?
You hit the nail on the head.
Bam.
Majoring, as if you're majoring in a subject. We in marriage should want to major. Major, you forever learning. I've been married for 42 years. I married my junior high school sweetheart, and I'm still majoring. I'm still learning. I'm not in 101, marriage 101, but I'm still majoring. And you should want to major. You want to go higher, each step higher and higher. So that you said it. It's just like a college subject. You want to thrive. You want to graduate one day. You want to get excellent grades, and you
Mm,
forever learning. And in marriage, you're forever learning. You
okay.
forever learning, forever learning.
Teacher,
I am forever learning. Been married 42 years, but I'm learning.
can I ask a question? I got my hand raised.
What you want to
I'm
know?
I'm in class. Um, okay.
What you want to
So
know?
I hear how long you've been married, right? Now I've been married twice, but that's another show. And you were talking about how you're no longer in marriage 101. Is there a certain, you know how when you go, we're gonna take this to college, your course lasts a certain period of time, okay? And then if you fail it, you take it over again and you got to pay the money again until you pass the class. And the length of time that you are in that particular course is solely up to your success or failure. Is there a certain period of time that you're supposed to be in marriage 101? Like, how you get past 101?
Well, it's different. It's different for everyone, and I think that's what a lot of people they try to compare their marriage to other people's marriages. Each marriage is different. That's why you have to study your husband. He has to study you. You have to learn each other because you're forever learning. And I'm not the same person I was when I married my husband. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. So you have to embrace each season, and you're not always gonna be where you was 10 years ago. We had children at one time. We was working on our careers, and now we both retired. So we're in a different season, and we have to learn each other. I hate to spoil it, but you forever learning until the Lord take us home. We're
Right.
forever learning, but we should always want to have a thriving marriage.
And it sounds like you're learning and you're adapting when you're talking about you're not the same person, which makes perfect sense because you're growing,
We're
literally,
growing.
figuratively, and emotionally you grow. You
Yeah.
grow with ideas, passion may be one thing today, and then 10 years from now I desire to do something different. My ideas of what I want to become may change. And so that makes sense. And I never thought about it until now. Applying that in marriage, adjusting to the changes and the shifts.
And
I
the
kind of,
season.
and I don't know if I'm the only one, I don't think I am, but I think that myself and others may look at it like you tackle what comes your way as it comes, and you are open to the possibility of change. But in my mind, I think change as in you're not the same person. Who are you? Change, not adapting to growth in
Growth.
marriage. That kind of change. Yeah, I'm gonna support my husband, or if it were a man, I'll support my wife and what they do. But then there's an you got to adapt. So that was good. Okay,
Yeah.
I got some notes. I'm gonna take my little notes, my little pen. I am so serious. I'm in class for real, y'all. And if what's good for you, you'll take some notes too. But I'm gonna write here adapt. But I'm gonna put a little quote because it's adapting in a different kind of way that I just learned.
Absolutely.
Now I know that you do more than just write books. Now that's great. You're an author and an accomplished author. I feel once you have put that last punctuation and it is gone to publishing, you are accomplished to one degree. But when that first book is purchased, oh man, it's
Yeah.
official. So
Yeah.
you are official. And
Yeah.
I can call you an author.
Yeah.
And so I know, as I was saying, that the book is not all you have done and all you do. What
Right.
other ways are you reaching women to help us? I mean, and I know it's not just women who are married, so you can talk a little bit about that too, because there's single women out there who have these desires to marry, and you help them out as well. So talk to me, talk to us about what Janice Vance does beyond the book to help women major in marriage.
Well, I am a certified Lady J coach, Giovanna Ellison. I'm a certified women coach. And what I do is inspire married women to not just have a surviving marriage, but to have a thriving marriage and give them the tools and strategies to help them to get there. And then also, I help those that are engaged. Those that are engaged, I help them prepare for their marriage before they prepare for their wedding day. A lot of times, when
Mm,
people get engaged, they get so caught up in the wedding and who gonna be in the wedding and how much they gonna spend and organizing that. But I encourage them, you need to prepare for being a wife first before
Now, is this because I don't want to spoil the book, but when you what you just said, I got like 5 questions that came to my mind that I need you to answer for me. But I dare not ask them if your book focuses on that. Is the book talking about that for those women preparing during engagement?
in one chapter I talked to the engaged ladies.
Okay, so maybe I could ask one of the questions. What about preparing before the engagement? Meaning you don't even know if somebody is ready to marry you yet. But is it okay to start preparing for marriage even before the ring?
And then that's one thing in my book. I talk to those that are in their waiting season. The women that are in their waiting season, they desire husbands. They're not engaged,
Mhm,
but they desire husbands. And while you're in your waiting season, learn yourself, be happy with you, be complete with you, focus on you being whole.
mhm.
And focus on the things of God and the things that you're passionate about and work on yourself and be preparing to be a wife. Because sometimes you say you want to be a wife. No, being a wife is a high calling, whether you know it or not. It's not all peaches and cream. I tell everybody my marriage has not been every day a bed of roses. It has not. But
Right,
it has not been all thorn. So
right.
if you are desiring a husband, start thinking about what it is to be a wife. And then when you believe in God for your husband, don't be so anxious and in a hurry that you settle for less. That you
Oh God, stop right there.
so you
Where were you?
don't settle.
How
Don't
many years ago? Yes, settling. And okay, Miss Janice, keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't don't just settle for less. A lot of times we see the red flags before we even get married, but we're like, okay, I can change him. Let me
Yes.
tell you, you're not gonna be able to change. Only God can change them. And we'll take a triangle and try to make it fit into a block. We try to make it fit into what we want it to fit into to make
Mhm.
it be, oh yeah, he's for me. I know this my soulmate, this my but God has shown you all kind of red flags and you overlook them because
Mhm.
you believe, okay, it's not that bad, this, and this. It's this not that bad, and we can make it work. We can grow together. And then when you get married, those are the things that you're fighting against.
Yes.
You do it all the time.
Yes. And for me, I'm speaking for Shalimar. I'm being a transparent individual, which I am always. And it's just I've come to understand that that's what I got to do. The first go around for me, it was about embarrassment and disappointment because I done told everybody this is what I'm gonna do, and I don't want to look bad because it's not happening again, and I don't want to have to tell anybody I failed. So sometimes it's even the signs are there and you see them, and it's not even that you have ignored them. You're so stubborn and concerned about what others
With
may think
others.
that
Yeah.
you're willing to put yourselves in a situation that you will be miserable in, all because of pride and fear of what another person would think. And that partly was me before. And so Yeah, that's that. Women, we are nurturers by nature.
Yeah,
And you're right. Oftentimes it's that we'll fix it and it'll get better because you see the potential in everything. Even
exactly.
when your baby is born and they may have ailments or disabilities, and it's like, yeah, but we're gonna figure this thing out. You just want to fix and help and hold the thing that's wrong and make it
Right,
right, but
right,
it's the wrong application of that thought process when it comes to marriage.
right.
And it ties into what you were saying, only God can change it. But then you got some women, we're just being ladies, we're being honest. We have some women who are like, I know he needs to change, but I don't want to lose him. So I'm gonna stay while he's going through the change process because nobody else is gonna have him but me. And if
But
only God can change him, that means God gonna change him. And 15 years later, you still, God, you gonna change him?
right, exactly.
And we should have waited,
Should have
So
should
yeah,
have should have waited. If he's for you, he'll be there.
right.
If he's for you, he'll be
That's
there.
it.
Yeah. And a lot of times single women, they get caught up on the oh, I'm almost 30 and haven't been married. Oh, I'm almost this and haven't been married. And they get anxious and they
Hmm.
vulnerable and they settle for less. You got a lot of women that take care of men
Yep.
and doing things for men just to say you have a man. It shouldn't be so.
And that ties into some other stuff. Before you became that individual who
Right,
was so dependent upon having a man, there's
right,
something that transpired that got you there. And you got to fix that part. If you got to soul search, you got to
right,
dig deep. You need to pray about it. And sometimes we know it and we suppress it so we don't deal with it. That stuff
exactly,
needs to come up and you need to
exactly,
release it because
exactly.
it's more to it than just I need somebody, I want somebody. When it's that type of situation.
Exactly. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. And so many women, they suffer in silence. They hold it in. They don't talk about it. They compress it. And then, like you say, they just start selling. Just start selling. Gonna make a person be who they want them to be. And you can't do that. You
No
can't.
matter how they're even treated. I've heard it. I've had these conversations with women before, and I try very hard, and I think I've thank God been very successful at it up to this point. Um, to not be judgmental, you know, but in my mind, it's like you have a way of an escape. My situation at one point was I was planning how to get away while all these things were happening to me. You got a way of an escape, but yet you still sit there and you know that they don't love you.
Right.
You know that this man doesn't honor you, and you don't really care about that part. You want to buy his love or buy his time or buy
Right.
just a little bit of attention, even if it's for 15 minutes, if you can get anything. Can you talk to, from your area of expertise, that woman who exists as a single woman, who exists as an engaged woman, and even as a married woman, that woman who has the mindset of, as long as I give him what he wants, he'll stick around and I'm good if I only get a few minutes from him. Can you talk to that woman?
Um, yes. It is. That's why I say that it is so important that you embrace you.
Mhm.
um, that you know that you find your own self and be happy in your own skin, because otherwise you'll always be looking for someone to validate you. You always be looking for someone to make you feel complete, make you feel whole. And that's why I think it's so important as girls, little girls, that we teaches our girls and love on our girls and make them feel good about themselves, and whatever they're passionate about, push them
Mhm.
so they'll be confident within themselves, and they won't just actually settle. They'll be
Mhm.
happy. They'll be happy with themselves. They won't be looking for, oh, I gotta have a man. I'm so vulnerable. I just gotta have a man, and he seemed like he a nice person. He don't have a job, but he looking. All of these things.
Yeah.
And we settle for all these things. And if you see these red flags, if you see these red flags, and you know that this is something that you don't want to live with, then you need to take note.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. And I'm glad that you spoke about how it starts young in some cases. And
Yes,
when you were talking about that, you know what came to my mind right away? Teachers.
yes,
Because and this is because I'm an educator and I've been in the field of education for now about 15 years. And I was having a conversation with my students on yesterday because we're now on our Thanksgiving break, and I was talking about taking a few minutes of your time, 30 minutes here and there, just to study because you all are in school 35 hours a week. And then I thought about it and I was like, and I always knew this, but it was just that I don't constantly think of it. But at the moment, I thought about how they spend so much of their time with their teachers. The majority
exactly,
of their time is spent with these women and men in their lives. And if there is an educator watching, and or you can talk to your children's teachers, if you're watching and you have kids who are students. But these ladies, beyond teaching them ABC 1 2 3, can influence them. Now I'm not telling you,
absolutely,
you got to talk to these girls about this the kind of husband you need to buy, you need to get. You don't have to buy a man, not those kinds of conversations, but
right,
we can speak to their esteem. We can,
exactly,
tell them how wonderful they are. We can talk to them about how amazing their thoughts are and how they have great ideas and they will accomplish everything that they desire. And that is a way to reach the kid who may not have it at home. Because there are
exactly,
some mothers that could care less.
exactly,
For whatever
absolutely,
their reason, they're not
absolutely,
empowering their daughters. They're not encouraging them. They're not pouring into them the positivity that they need to pour into them. And so and even in church, those who are at church, the women in the church have an opportunity to feed into these girls and to pour into them so that they don't make those mistakes. Or if they do, they can recognize it and say, oh man, I made a mistake and correct it because
and
mistakes
correct
happen,
it.
right?
Exactly,
You have
exactly,
a group on Facebook. Can you
yes.
talk to us about that group? How often do you meet and what's going on there?
Okay, into my Facebook group, which is the name Women Majoring in Their Marriage. Women Majoring in Their Marriage. And that's a private Facebook group. You have to
Okay.
be invited. You have to be invited. I let you into the group. Because at first I didn't have it private and then men were getting in it. So
Uh,
that's a private group. But in that group I post Monday through Friday. And sometimes even on the weekend I throw something out there just to see how everybody doing. But I put encouraging posts. Let's fight for your marriage and
mhm,
taking your marriage to the next level. Just encouraging things to encourage women and single women on things. I post things just for single women to encourage them to be patient and wait. And
mhm.
that group, I also once a month I have what we call a sip and chat. It used to be chew and chat before the coronavirus. We would go locally here in Montgomery. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, and we would go to a local restaurant. We sit and just talk all thing marriage and laugh and just have a good time. So now I do it virtually once a month.
Mhm,
Um, I normally do it at the end of the month, but by Thanksgiving being so close to that Friday, I'm doing the first Friday in December. But we get on there, we talk all things marriage, just like we're doing now, and people ask questions, and
mhm.
people tell, and we celebrate those who are celebrating anniversaries, which I post those anniversaries, and I give out gifts. As I don't know if I said it, but I'm a certified travel agent as well. I retired 8 years ago from the United States Bankruptcy Court. And when I retired, I began to seek God for my God given purpose because we all was born on purpose for a purpose. And the
Yes.
two things that I was passionate about was traveling and marriage. And so I'm doing both of those things. I am really living my best life. I'm doing both of those things. And so I encourage married women in my group and they ask questions and talk and we just talk all things marriage in that group.
And women who are married need encouragement.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get to a point where you're like, I got my husband and that's all I need. It's just me.
Right.
And which is true, you do need
You
him,
need them.
and you all should converse and you all should talk about things that you
Right.
need to talk about. Other people that are, I guess I could call it a part of your original circle before
Right.
marriage, maybe like, oh, well, she's married now. We're gonna let
Yeah.
her go and,
Right.
put her to the side. But there is always a need to talk.
It is. And
Married women need
everybody,
to talk.
every woman needs somebody that they can open up and talk to. Like I
Yes.
said,
And
don't
trust.
and trust. That's the basic. Someone that you can trust. Someone
Mm-hmm.
that you can trust. And we should always have somebody that we want to be an example to us as well.
Yes.
That's very important, and surround ourselves with positive people because you can't be in a marriage and hanging out with the married ladies that don't respect their husband, talk about their husband around everybody, and all those negative things. And girl, I wouldn't take this. Girl, I wouldn't do this. If I was you, I would. And those are the ones who put up with everything that tells you not to put up with. So
Uh-huh.
be careful about the circle that you're
Miss
in.
Janice, respect. Okay. I heard everything you said after respect as well. But can you just give us a few little free nuggets? We're gonna go back to the book real quick and talk about that really quickly. What does that look like? Respecting your husband.
Um, I look at it from my point of view as in my marriage. I highly respect my husband. I would never embarrass my husband or make him feel less than a man because that is one of the greatest love language that you can give a man is giving him respect. And respecting him is recognizing that he is the head of the house. Of course, if you have the right husband, he won't be the one to say, "I'm the head. You do as I say. It's like this. It's like that." But when he feel comfortable with you giving him that respect, he
Mm-hmm.
will give you respect. And I
Mm-hmm.
always say, be to your husband what you want him to be to you. That is the key. Be to him. If you want respect, you give respect.
Now, I'm pretending to be a student, okay? But Miss Janice, my husband don't always respect me. So why am I gonna give him respect when he didn't give it to me? He embarrassed me in front of somebody, so I'm gonna embarrass him back.
You still have to give him respect. You have to give him respect. And that's where communication is the
Yep.
key to marriage. You have to tell him, honey, it really bothers me when you do this. I really think that I deserve the respect that I give you. I really
Mhm.
don't like you talking to me like this. I think you should value my opinion. I should have an opinion in this marriage as well. That's where
Mhm.
you have to communicate. Don't get on his level because if
Mhm.
you try to get on the level that he's on and he's not giving you respect, he not giving you respect, you're not giving him respect. What kind of marriage you have? Your marriage is actually on life support. It's barely surviving.
We could end right there. What kind of marriage do you have? That's the next book. Come on now, title of the book. What kind of marriage do you have? But that was, you were speaking truth. And that's real. All jokes aside, that's real. And one other thing that I thought of as you were speaking to us is that we're responsible for all that we do
Yes,
and what we think, irregardless of how someone else treats us.
I
God is going to judge us by
based
what we
on
do.
what we do.
So it's, I think sometimes when I make my decisions, because my mouth used to be Miss Janice, my. And I think before I speak, and now my thoughts are not about Shalimar, don't say that, but say this. It is a reminder.
Hmm.
You are held at a
Okay.
high standard. And I can't go to God or let's just say when the day comes, we'll put it in, those kind of layman terms. When the day comes, I'm gonna be like, well, Lord, what happened then was She said to me first, and then he told me, and that's why
That's why
I
I do that.
said what I said and I did what I did. That's not how it's gonna
Exactly.
work.
Exactly.
I mean, and anyway, I don't need to tell the Lord why I did it. He knows why I did it
You know
already
why?
because
He
he's
already know why.
right. So we just got to continue to think along those lines of it's on me. It's on me.
Exactly. You held
Vengeance is not
accountable.
mine.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So really, very quickly before we end this, and I could talk to you forever. You got to come back because we need more. I'm going. I'm getting the book. Y'all need to purchase the book, and I'm going to do that. I'm already on your team, I'm gonna call it. I'm in your class on Facebook. And if you all will now, if somebody did though want to join, they just have to request. Is that how it works? Because I don't even know
Just
what I
go on
did.
Facebook and find the group.
Okay.
Women majoring in their marriage, and then ask for an invite, and I let you in.
All right. So I have posted that here for you guys. You should see it. It's women majoring in their marriage. The
Yeah.
book is titled Women Majoring in Marriage. However, the Facebook group is Women Majoring in Their Marriage. You can purchase the book at, is it janicevance.com is where you can go to purchase the book?
That is correct. That's
All
my website.
right. So the website is posted www.janicevance.com. I really want to talk a lot about the book, but I don't want to spoil it. So basically, all that we talked about today, y'all, is in the book and then some. All right. So if you are the woman who wants to major in their marriage, you want to do better as a wife, and you want to get some words of encouragement, some advice, some strategies. It's in the book. Purchase the book. Again, go to janicevance.com to get yourselves a copy. I am so grateful to have met you, and when things like this happen, Miss Janice, this just validates for me so much the significance and importance of Girl Embrace It, because God told me to reach out and he's going to tell me who to reach out to, and I've never met you. I don't
No,
meet anybody.
I
Maybe
know.
one person on here that I'd known before, but everyone else I've never met, and he tells me the stories will be impactful, and everybody's got a story. As long as you're living, you got a story to tell.
Right.
Experienced something, I could tell you about how I fell asleep last night. I got a story. But the stories that he says these women on the show will share will be so impactful, even in my own life. And
Wow.
I have been impacted all throughout this. And today, my God,
To God
um,
be the glory.
to God be the glory. You are
Um,
absolutely right. I just want to, like I was yesterday, I was like, oh gosh, Miss Janice, I got some more to ask you. I want to talk some more. I got a question. Can you help me? But thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much. I
you.
wish I could have honored you on yesterday when it was your birthday and the releasing of your book, but it's
I
all right.
appreciate
It's
this
just
time. I appreciate this
continuing.
time.
It continues. So you had your celebration yesterday, and I'm going to acknowledge you and honor you on today,
Thank
November
you.
21st, 2020, as for real deal, a
Thank,
foundational woman. You are laying foundation for so many women
thank you.
around the United States and I'm sure abroad. And if it has not yet, it will be. We're going
Yeah.
to declare and decree
Yes.
that it will reach the masses
Yeah.
beyond the United States, but internationally in
Yeah.
Jesus' name. And so I
Yeah.
thank you for who you are. I thank you for embracing your marriage and everything that we reference as an it here at Girl Embrace It TV. You've embraced it. And because you have embraced it, you got something to do and you're willing to do it and you're sharing your story and you're helping women and it's off of your experience. And I'm glad you're transparent enough to say, I'm still majoring.
I'm still majoring.
This thing doesn't end
Thank
because of the mere fact that we've got to adapt. Now, I know I use the word adapt and you use a different word, but that's basically what it boils down to. We're
you.
always changing. And you're not the same woman you were 40 some odd years ago when you first got married. And that's a good thing. That doesn't mean because you're not the same that something's wrong with you.
Exactly.
You
Absolutely.
know, change doesn't always have to be for the bad. It can always and often be for the good. So again, I
Exactly.
thank you so much. You are
Thank
amazing.
you.
You are amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
And again, guys, please follow her on Facebook. She is an author.
First
She
time
is
author.
a first-time author. Yes, ma'am. A travel agent.
Yes.
Yes. She is one who has started what I want to call a movement for women who want to major in
Yes.
their marriage. So follow her again, as I said, on Facebook. The name of the group is Women Majoring in Their Marriage. She'll do what she needs to do to review and allow you to become a member of her group.
Yes.
JaniceVance.com is where you can go to purchase her book. And I'm
Yes.
sure if you need to reach her for more information about mentoring, because she is a counselor or a coach, a life coach, you can do that. Send her a message. Can they send you a message and contact you through your website?
They can. They
All
can.
right. Well, reach
All
out
the
to her.
information. All the information is there.
Okay, wonderful. So go to the website, guys. All right. Well, it has been real. I am so grateful for all of you all for taking your time out to watch us. To God be the glory. Your scars, whatever they are, they're beautiful. Why? Because they're your testimony. Until
Yes.
next time, I will see you next Saturday. We will have the very wonderful, I want to call her, and she's a dancer, so I want to call her an expressive woman. Her name is Shaquan L. Harris, and she will be on Girl Embrace It on next Saturday, same time,
Wow.
same place, just a different day. So make sure that you tune in. It's been real. Bye, guys.
Bye, and thank you again.
You are so welcome. You're welcome. You are